Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. Episode number 33. Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. 33, mate. That is the big one of the thirds, man. It's the big one of the thirds. The first third, bro. 33.3 repeater. Yes, we are 1/3 of the way to episode 100, which is, that's the destination. That is where we're headed, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if we'll ever actually get there. Don't know. Can't tell the fucking future, can I, mate? Don't have that kind of prediction, ESP type powers. But yeah, that's where we're going. We're trying to work our way to 100 episodes, and we are officially 1/3 of the way, bruh. Congratulations me, congratulations you. Yes, you. Thank you so much for joining me today. We've come so far. We really have come a ways, right? And it's been a journey. But it's barely the tip of the iceberg. As you've just heard, man, we're only 1/3 of the way there. 33.3 repeater. That's it. 33%, man. I don't know what the next 66.6% is going to have in store for us. That's if we can even make it that far. But it's been a wild ride so far. I can only imagine the ups and the downs and the spinning arounds that we've got happening ahead of us. Because of that's based on the experiences behind us. Duh. Yeah. So that's what's up. That's the plan. We've come so far. Like, when I think about how far we've come, like, you really need to put it into perspective. Like, you know, you think about the other great adventurers, like Napoleon and I don't know, who else was it? Joan of Arc. She went on a big adventure. Who else was an adventure? Ernest Hemingway, and didn't Prince, Prince? He was on a journey, and David Bowie. And you think about all of the mad journeyers, the ones that have been on crazy journeys of discovery and self-discipline and all that type of shit, bruh. And they're nothing compared to what we're doing right here, man. We're on the wildest, craziest journey of all time, and we've come further than them all, man. It's so crazy, man, how far we've come. I just can't believe it. Like, trying to stitch it together in my brain. Like, I think we're approaching levels of distance that officially cannot be comprehended by the human brain. That's how far we've come. And we've only got further ahead of us, man. It's just going to keep stretching on and on and on into the horizon, into the hyperspace fucking galaxy world ahead of us, bruh. Infinitely stretching universe before us. Yes, but we've made it here now, today, in the present. This is where we are right now. What a journey it's been. Just looking forward to the rest of it, mates. You, me, and 2:45. So yeah, it's spring has really sprung, you could say, I guess. Like, the sun is out, the birds be chirping. For like the last 6 months, I haven't heard any birds chirping, but now that it's springtime, the flowers opened up and the bees are buzzing and the birds are whistling tunes, bro, making little songs in the trees to each other, man. And they're probably gobbling up the insects, all the insects that are born in spring, all the baby mosquitoes and all that shit that's coming out. There's probably snails that are crawling around, man, in the grasses and in the moist areas. Haven't had a lot of rain lately, but it's been, it's been just beautiful springtime weather, man. All that pollen coming out, getting up your nose, making people all sneezy. It ain't easy when you're being this cheesy, bruh. Hay fever, man. I don't have it, thankfully, but I still got a blocked nose from my sickness. You could probably hear that. I swear to God, it's not hay fever. I don't have hay fever. I'm trying to beat the allegations, man. It's not me. It's not in my wheelhouse to have hay fever. Not sensitive to the seasons, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the bees be making honey, and the birds be hatching from their eggs. It's all about the birds and the bees at springtime, man. And what else is happening? The cats climbing up the trees and trying to get the birds, and then the dogs are trying to chase the cats, around the park. And they're trying to, then the mice are trying to hide from the cats as well, because I think that the mice and the birds need to team up against the cats and see, who really runs this fucking ecosystem, man. I want to see it's a fair fight, bro. Cats are heavy, man, compared to birds and compared to mice. So we've got to tape a few of the mice to the birds, put them in the ring, and see who's the king against the cats, man. It's not really a fair matchup. They got claws, they got sharp teeth, they got crazy ass reflexes. So we need to get the bird wings and the mice cunning. Mice are cunning, bro. Everyone knows that mice are cunning, especially in springtime. Springtime is when the mice get all their power. And they start swarming and start, the plaguing the place, man. Maybe that's why we need to get the cats out there to hunt them all down and keep their numbers so they don't get out of hand. Maybe that's why cats have got such an OP build, because in the springtime when the mice get their buffs, they're to their birth rate or whatever, they be chewing through the fucking crops, man. Corn, hay, grass, fucking grain, whatever, bro. They don't give a shit. They eat it all, man. They eat it all before the cows can eat it. They eat it all before it gets to, before the cereal comes to us, man. That's the problem with mice, bruh. So maybe it's a good thing that the cats be ruling the domain, dude, because when the springtime comes like it is right now, you don't want to have 100 million mice in your house, do you, bruh? So I just want to say a quick thank you to Winter for being there for us throughout the last, 3.5 months or whatever. It got really cold. Got really miserable and bitter cold, and the days were shorter and the nights were longer and the sun went down earlier, and it sucked because winter's shit. And so thanks, Winter. Thanks for coming and killing all of the things that were too weak to survive, like probably half the mouse population and half the insects all dying or whatever. That's it. Winter is the great fucking equalizer, man. If you can't hibernate, or if you can't get shelter, or if you can't survive the cold, bruh, your ass is toast, or it's an ice block, man. Your ass is iced, baby. You're on ice. So yeah, thanks, Winter, for doing all that hard work for us. Yeah, but now it's springtime and it's time to turn those frowns upside down and hit the town, baby, because it's all about as the weather gets warmer, the flowers opening up. The beach is getting more populated. You can go to the pools and shit. The cloves are getting fucking smaller, man. It's all about letting the flesh out. The pasty white flesh out from its confines of the last however many months. You probably have had it under wraps since autumn, which was 6 months ago. And then all through winter as well. And now we're here. And now in springtime. And you got to get it out. You got to get your kit out and get a tan happening, man. That's what it's all about. Springtime tan, spring cleaning, man. Got to be cleaning the house of all the dead mice and all the or before the baby ones come along and eat the dead carcass mice that are in your basement or whatever from the winter time. This is what the season's all about, bro. It's all about the cycle of life and death. And thank God for winter that kills everything. And thank God for spring, which revives it all, which breathes new life into the fucking planet Earth and the environment and stuff like that. And the animals all rejoicing, holding hands, kumbaya. The cows holding hands with the lambs, and the lambs holding hands with the fucking horses. The horses all trotting around a circle with the giraffes, and that's the circle of life. Duh. Everyone's happy to be alive and eating the food that's hatching in springtime, all the hatching food. If you're a predator, then your food hatches. Otherwise, it grows out the ground and on trees and stuff like that. I'm talking about apples and tree sap or whatever the fuck else that every type of animal eats. I think everything out in nature is a source of food for something else. Fungus be eating the bark, and fucking ants be taking whatever, and the fucking cicadas eating leaves, and grasshopper eating whatever, corn, fucking shit that it can land on, bruh. Plants and shit, and the fucking spiders eating the flies, and the grasshoppers eating everything, man. They go crazy, bruh. Grasshoppers are fucking mean, relentless, man. You don't want to get in you don't want to be in a darkened alleyway with a gang of grasshoppers on your back, bruh. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna go your way, dude. They got 2 long legs, man. You can't reach them, dude. And even if you could reach them, they're just gonna fly away. They got wings too, man. But that's the thing with fucking grasshoppers, dude. Can never trust a grasshopper, man. Because they always moving in gangs, bro. They be moving in swarms, man. So that's why if you catch a grasshopper alone, that's when you got to strike, man. That's when it's your time for revenge, time for payback. That's your window of opportunity before all the other G's catch up with it, you know, and join him and then kick the shit out of you with their giant ass feet, bruh. Imagine fighting a gang of grasshoppers, man, and then every time they'd kick you, like, because they're, you know, a lot of people don't know this. Actually, probably no one. I don't even know if I know this, but I believe it. Well, I don't necessarily believe it. this is just something that's in my brain. But grasshoppers make that sound by vibrating their legs together or some shit. So imagine, like, you know, a grasshopper taekwondo tournament where every time they throw a kick, it's like every time, man. Wouldn't that be a great combat sport? Cricket combat, baby. So yeah, thank God for the warm weather, and thank someone, thank the powers that be, that spring has sprung. Yeah, spring is the time for life. It's the spice of life, man. Shake off that old, permafrost. It's time to get that rust off the joints, man, and fucking doing some shit out there. Going outside and touching grass, man. Touch grass, bruh. And getting some fucking vitamin B, man. I suppose it all started back when that primitive technology YouTube channel or whatever. You guys remember that one? Primitive Technology. It was a YouTube channel that started I think it's an OG channel. I mean, I'm not talking like OGs in 2005, 2006 OG, but I'm talking like golden era of YouTube OG. I think it popped up around the 2010 to 2012 sort of time. That's the golden era of YouTube and the internet for that matter. Now things are sterilized, things are boring, things are homogenized, things are shitty. The internet sucks now, man. It's boring. I mean, it's faster than it ever was before, but who gives a shit about that, man? It's boring now. It's so fucking sterile, man. But yeah, Primitive Technology. He was like wasn't he building crazy ass shit out in the wilderness with like no tools and no fucking blueprints and no help and whatever, man. He was like doing crazy stuff, like, I don't know, building huts and building houses and fucking God knows what else. Doing like these crazy ass feats of fucking architecture in the bush or whatever, in the fucking forest, jungle, whatever. And I think Primitive Technology is the first one that springs to mind when I think of these types of channels, man. But like ever since then, there's been so many other copycat channels doing the same or similar stuff. And while I believe that Primitive Technology was probably legit, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the truth behind any of it. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. But many of the copycat type channels that have popped up after him have been totally fake. And I mean, why wouldn't you fake it in the first place? I mean, you see someone get success putting in all this fucking hard work, you know. They're basically digging a grave in the ground, digging an entire graveyard with a fucking tusk or something from a wild pig or some shit, man, you know. Doing crazy ass shit. It's primitive, bruh, and it's technology. That's what they be doing. You see someone going through all that blood, sweat, and tears. The blood, the sweat, the tears. You see them going through all that and getting all the fame and fortune and reaping all the benefits of their fucking hard work, right? And you think to yourself, well, I don't need to go through all that. I just need to make it look like I am. And no one would even know the difference, man. So yeah, there was a lot of, anyway, there's a lot of copycat channels, and then that leads us to fucking what I'm talking about today. Is there's so many day in the life of type channels or average day channels, like, you know, these types of channels where they're fucking like it's a sensory whatever, like background noise, relaxation, sleepy time, meal, eating time channel or some shit, man. Excuse me, I'm coughing and shit. I've got nasal drip, I've got coughing, I've got shit happening, bruh. But yeah, you get all these channels like a day in the life of this and then fucking whatever that, mountain man, like it's a lot of cooking, it's a lot of wilderness, it's a lot of shit like that. Oh, day on the farm, day on this, it's, you know, another day out feeding the kids or fucking whatever, chopping up a grand banquet for the whole village or some shit, you know? It's the type of videos on these channels where they have fucking sprawling shots of amazing wilderness and countryside and shit, man. And then, like, it's all quiet and silent and there's, like, no dialogue and they're just walking from place to place, picking up logs and fucking foraging for berries and maybe, I don't know, checking the overnight animal traps to see if they caught anything and then going and getting the eggs from the chickens and fucking whatever the fuck else and then whipping up some kind of incredible goddamn meal to feed a fucking city or some shit. And there's so many of these channels, I see them popping up all the time, man. I had one served to me the other day. It's only got, like, fucking, when I saw it. It only had like 200 plus subscribers. And it's a day in the life of a Vietnamese woman who is living on this farm. And it's just so crazy, man. Like, the amount of effort and shit that has to go, like, that. The thing is, like, they try to fucking pass off these channels as being, like, fully legit or whatever. Like, this is just me and my simple farm, and I'm just all alone, and I just do everything. But, like, I'm sitting there thinking, man, they're trying to pull a sly one over me, but it's not going to work, because when I'm watching it, there's like 150 million different camera angles and everything is so well framed. It's like, you can't tell me that you didn't sit down beforehand and like storyboard all this shit out and consider like the framing of every single scene and how many different cameras you need to set up just for fucking what you'd move from the counter to the door or whatever, man, or fucking whatever, man. Exit, entry, walking from here to there, picking this up and putting it down over there. There's so many fucking camera angles, bruh, you know? So to put in, think about how much effort is required to actually think that out. Like, I'm going to walk through this door. The camera's going to be all the way over there, and it's going to catch this in the frame. It's going to be framed so well by this scenery that's in the foreground and the backdrop that's in the background. And then you can see, you know, a lot of fucking thought went into this shit, dude. You trying to tell me that you do all this alone, so you set up like 50 fucking thousand cameras, man, right? And like, oh no, this is just a day in the life of me, man. This is just what I do every day. I don't even have to think, like, no, effortlessly. I just don't have to think about it. I do blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Everything is meticulously planned, you know, 1,000 camera angles. And then you got to like put it over, like, you got to think about where you're going to walk, what you're actually going to do. I'm going to pick this up with my hand. I'm going to turn this way and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, right? And then once you set up all the cameras, angles, and fucking film it all, you got to collect all that footage, and then you've got to synchronize the footage up, right? So that you can then edit the angles and stuff in sequential order. You know, if you got a camera angle of you picking up a piece of corn from the fucking bench, walking over to the sink, rinsing the corn, and then walking back over to the bench, and there's like fucking 5 different camera angles, which means you had 5 different cameras filming this very fucking scene, right? And they're probably, it's not like, you know, I don't know. How do you even do that, man? Because then you've got to collect all the footage, as I said. Fucking synchronize it, slice it up, do angle here, I turn here, fucking close up here, zoom in on my hands and all that type of shit. So yeah, it's not effortless, it's very effortful, man. There's a lot of effort that goes into it, man. And then think about how much time it would be to edit all that, not just because of the synchronizations and fucking whatever. Then you've got to like color grade it, and then you got to fucking render it all out and blah, blah, fucking blah, man. Like, the amount of effort that goes into this shit is just insane. So I don't believe him, bro. I don't believe the humble Vietnamese girl living on her farm and like building her farm and fucking doing whatever the hell she's doing is all alone working solo dolo. But I don't really care. It doesn't bother me because the content is good one way or the other. But it gets me thinking, like, how much fucking effort I would need to put into that if I was going to do the same kind of thing, you know, on my YouTube channel. Set up a day in the life of Milo. Yeah, I'm going to jump out of bed, blah, and I'm going to take a shower. And I mean, apart from it being painfully fucking boring, right? I just think about how, like, okay, think about this. Like, I'm going to go to bed tonight, but beforehand, I need to set up all the cameras. Like, you know, as a matter of fact, just to avoid fucking filming 12 hours of overnight blankness, darkness, just for so you can get the scene where I hop out of bed, you know, I've got to, like, that doesn't make sense. What makes sense is to wake up at fucking whatever time in the morning, set the cameras up, go back to bed, pretend to be asleep, and then pretend to wake up, right? You know, so that's what I'd be doing. See what I mean? This shit is so contrived, man. Just think about how much effort goes into these fucking videos. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of like my daily highlight reel. Like, I'd be jumping out of bed, multiple camera angles. You just leaping out with the fucking doona and the covers just springing off my bed. And I jump out of bed and I just land on the floor on 2 feet. And my hands are in the air. And I'm like, oh boy, it's the time for a new day. As I like scurry off into the shower. I sort of hover in the air, like my feet spinning around in circles for a second. I'm moving so quickly with so much joy and exuberance, man. And I hit the showers, and then there's like, so then there's the camera angle of me jumping out of bed and me landing on the floor. You got to see my 2 feet jump on the, like, land on the floor from the bed. And then you got to cut to like a close up of my face with a big smile on it going, wow, I can't wait to start my day. And then I run off to the shower, cut to a camera angle of me running down the hallway, turning left into the bathroom. Then a close up of my hands on the fucking close up of my hands on the shower knobs. Hot water. Turn it on and wait for a few seconds till it gets warm. Then I dial it back a bit, and then fucking I step in, and then you see the steam rising up, and maybe a camera angle of the steam on the mirror, and then I'm fucking it's all steamy up inside the shower, so you just see bits and pieces of my flesh, but you don't see it all properly. It's mystical and mystifying, man. It's mysterious, and it's all kinds of fucking crazy. And then I jump out the shower, and I'm rubbing myself down. Yeah. So like I think about all the effort to do that. But what kind of things would people see? So you'd see me being angry on the motorway. Usually not in the morning. I'm not angry in the mornings. In the mornings, I'm too zombified to care. I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm not competing with anyone on the motorway most of the time. Sometimes in the morning, I'm a bit angry. Sometimes in the morning, I'm a bit feisty. But like 95% of the time, let's say, like 9.5 times out of 10, or I don't know how else to fucking put that. 19 out of 20 times, maybe. 19 out of 20 times, I'm calm as a farm. I'm as calm as a farm in Vietnam. So, then I'll be whatever, zombify my way, just putting along the motorway to work, get to work, drink a coffee, and look at my phone for about fucking 20 minutes while I drink a coffee and just come to terms with the reality that I'm facing, that I'm stuck here in this body, in this life, in this experience for another fucking day. And then, driving forklifts and, picking my nose and fucking, receiving deliveries, dispatching items and sending emails, and then driving around Sydney and fucking doing all this crazy ass shit. Be a lot of fucking effort to stitch that shit together, man. How would I even film it? Like with drones? Maybe I could, there's a lot of security cameras at my workplace. Maybe I could stitch together security footage. I could probably also put a GoPro on top of my head. And I'd have a drone that flies around at a certain distance, and it can do all kinds of fucking close-ups and long shots and zooms and panoramas of my life, as I'm cruising across the warehouse in the forklift from one wall to the other, and it does this wide pan zoom, real cinematic and shit, man. That'd be pretty cool. I think a lot of people would really enjoy to see that. Milo's forklift fucking experience or some shit. Another day in the life of Milo's warehouse. I'd probably get 100 million YouTube subscribers just in the first couple of days because of that alone. My content is so fucking great, bruh. My content is so exhilarating. What's he gonna do next? What kind of truck is gonna show up to the front of the warehouse now? And what kind of goods will they have? Will it be cardboard boxes? Will it be lengths of aluminium? Will it be a cylinder of some kind? Oh God, I just can't even fucking, can't predict it. Don't know what's happening, bruh.
Listen up, bro. It's the Spaceman, dude. Shout out to Hakuna, man, you feel me? We be lifting a lot of weight, dude. Hey, check it. Keep at least 3 sticks in the whip. Lift up, tilt back, then I side shift. High risk work, man, I'm licensed. Get a lot of money in my high vis, yeah. Not a smart man, but I work hard. Moving the containers in the shipyard. Call me Tazzy D with the pallet wrap. Up into the sky, I got them pallets stacked, yeah. I'm going to the top like a high reach. Don't know why they put a belt on my seat. Laying out a semi in 7 minutes. Strap it down flat, then I slap it, then I ship it. I don't wanna hear that your battery is dead. That's why I like gas, man, use your head. Fresh LPG bottle, then I rev. Last time I did a daily check, man, I couldn't guess. Keep at least 3 sticks in the whip. Lift up, tilt back, then I side shift. High risk work, man, I'm licensed. Get a lot of money in my high vis, yeah. Run up on me wrong, man, see what happens. You don't wanna catch me in a counterbalance. The older bitches too shy to say hello, cause I drive the LF and I drive the LO. Touch a pallet jack, nah, that's a hell no. I didn't take the test to carry boxes in my elbows. If you ask, I don't move jack shit, bitch, unless I'm sitting up inside a 4-ton forklift. Snake the flexi down the tightest dials. Packing up the order picker with a ton of tiles. No, I'm not Robocop or the Terminator, but I am a certified forklift operator. I don't give a fuck about the logistics. If it fits on the truck, then it ships. Can't go 20 minutes without lighting up a ciggy. Friday I was sick and then on Monday chucked a sickie. Keep at least 3 sticks in the whip. Lift up, tilt back, then I side shift. High risk work, man, I'm licensed. Get a lot of money in my high vis. Keep at least 3 sticks in the whip. Lift up, tilt back, then I side shift. High risk work, man, I'm licensed. Get a lot of money in my high vis. I can get it with the tying extensions. Tying up the time, man, that's where you find me. make the other forklifts look tiny. Load so big that I gotta look behind me. Going backwards, reverse when I'm driving. Empty a container and the skid slip sliding. Load up the freight with the perfect timing. Legend on the forklift, man, you should hire me. Keep at least 3 sticks in the whip. Lift up, tilt back, then I slide shift. High risk work, man, I'm licensed. Get a lot of money in my high vis, yeah. Keep at least 3 sticks in the whip. Lift up, tilt back, then I slide shift. High risk work, man, I'm licensed. Get a lot of money in my high vis.
Welcome to the Milo Experience.
Another thing about this Vietnam farm is that it's like, am I expected to believe, like, how does this woman get any income? How is she living and, like, doing whatever? It's so mysterious. This is a mystery, man. Because, like, first of all, it goes without saying that the place is so fucking scenic and amazing looking. This quaint little farm in the fucking Vietnam fucking wilderness. It looks so scenic and picturesque. It's like something straight out of an anime, man. It's like, this is like fucking Studio Ghibli type shit, man, except Vietnam, not Japan, right? And I'm just meant to believe that this, like, lady or whatever, I don't know, just potters around her fucking farm 24/7 all day, every day of the week for her entire life. Like, what does she do for food or, like, I don't know, anything? Does she even have electricity? I don't get it. Don't you have bills to pay, man? Even if you're like, I mean, surely on the farm there's not enough fucking, it's not a self-sustaining farm. And like day after day, like she uploads like fucking 4 or 5 videos a week, I think, man. Something like that, bro. It's like always, every time I go on YouTube, there's a new video from this lady. But I just don't believe, like, how do you find yourself in a position where you can do this? Like, first of all, isn't the farm fucking expensive to own? It's so beautiful and like seems to be big and amazing. Like, so is this the venture of someone who's like a Nepo baby, or is this fucking trust fund kid, or fucking some type of lottery winner or slave owner or something that gets to live out this crazy ass lifestyle of freedom, just doing whatever the fuck they want? I mean, ideally, you'd have like the benevolent way to think about it is, oh, okay, this person who lives in Vietnam is just, they have everything. It is a self-sustaining farm. They have everything they need. They don't need to go to work because they work on the farm. They've got everything. They got food. They got shelter. They got water. They got electricity. They got everything they want. They can probably sell a couple of their produce or goods or whatever and just make enough money to keep the lights on. Maybe they got generators or plant. Like, I don't. That's the benevolent thinking, but it just doesn't seem real, man. You know? Seems like something that if you were super rich, then you could just do this for fun. But otherwise, like, even the farm itself is just so beautiful, you know? It looks like a farm out of a fucking better home improvements or better home gardens, fucking whatever, like, shit. You know, it's like a farm in a movie, man. It's like a fucking movie set. You know, that's what it's like. It's a movie set. It's like a farm that was, someone who's like a billionaire. It's like Elon Musk went to fucking Vietnam and started a farm and got like the greatest architects in the world to build a farm. That's what it's like. So in short, I don't trust the Vietnam farm, but I like the content and a lot of effort goes into it. And that's why I would never do that about my own life. Not because my life is super boring, because it's actually really exciting and everyone is jealous of me and all the things that I do. Everyone wishes that they could be in my position. They tell me all the time, and anytime I get caught, alone with someone wants to pull me off to the side at a party or something, and then I let them. First I pull down my pants, and then they get the pulling, and then after that they're like, oh, Miles, I wish I was in your position. I wish that I could do the things that you do. And I'm just like, nah, bro, look, you couldn't handle the responsibility. You couldn't handle the duty and the fucking, it's a lot of power, but a lot of self-control comes with this type of role, man. You know what I mean? So I hear that all the time. But yeah, so the reason that I'm not going to enter this, I'm not going to start a YouTube channel about the day in my life or whatever, is not because my life is boring, but because I don't have 50,000 cameras and I don't have time to edit it all. Like, yeah, surely, man, like, you got to send that footage or some shit. You got to have a team of editors. You got to have a team. This Vietnam farm has got to be run by a team, man. It's a con. It's a cool con, though, man. You should go check it out. It's a day. It's called, like, Leanne Quinn or something. Leanne Quinn. Go look at Leanne Quinn, Day in the Life of the Vietnamese Farmer Girl. Now, speaking of things that I hate seafood, like 99% of it anyway. Like, I think I probably mentioned it before, but like, you know, I'll eat some things like calamari rings or like, you know, salt and pepper squid or some shit like that. You know, fake seafood, not real stuff. It's just like fast food, really. It's not really seafood, it's fast food. But I'm not a fan of fish. I'm not a fan of fucking starfish or octopus or fucking whale. I've eaten whale, by the way. I have eaten whale. I'd like everyone to know I have eaten whale. I went to Japan and I ate whale. I went to Japan and I ate whale. Yeah, whale, baby. That's what I ate. But yeah, I don't like seafood, man. Shellfish, crabs, lobster, anything like that. Not on my menu, man. I don't be ingesting that shit. But on like, it's a complex state to be in. Like, I mean, it's a predicament, right? And it's not just what it seems on the surface. Like, because, you know, I can just like, I mean, I don't feel like I'm missing out, but I know that I am. I know that I'm missing out on the wonderful flavors of seafood. Like, people pay $1 million for lobster, right? Or people like go to seafood restaurants. They love to go to those fucking fresh catch seafood markets and buy fish that just got pulled out the ocean that day and stuff like that. Frozen crabs or whatever the fuck, bruh. You know what I mean? And while I don't miss it, I know that I'm missing out. Like, I wish that I could sort of just partake and enjoy it all like the next person does, right? And it's all my problem. I'm the one that was not adventurous enough to expand my palate in that direction. Like, I've eaten a lot of weird shit. I've tried a lot of different food. Like, I'm not a total fucking baby when it comes to my palate. I just don't like seafood. I don't like the consistency. A lot of it's got like a rubberiness and weirdness to it. I don't know. I just don't like it, man. Just don't like it. But I can see that my life would be better if I was a seafood guy, right? I can see that. I can see the food, and my life would be better if I could eat the food. You know, I'm talking about like buttered up lobster, garlic butter, and fucking whatever, catfish at the fucking... They got catfish on the table. They got lobster in the air. You know, I'm walking in Memphis, baby. But, life would be better if I could do that. And I could go to more places and enjoy more foods. But, you know, I can't. So I'm not. What I'm trying to say is that there's no one to blame but myself for my culinary deficiencies, bruh. But then, like, so why is there like this fucking group of people that blame their fucking palate on their genes or their DNA? I'm talking about coriander. There's no gene, man. There's no gene in your DNA which makes coriander taste like soap. You're a fucking moron. Stop blaming it on science and blame it on yourself. Like, accept responsibility, man. No one believes you. No one believes that there's a gene that makes coriander taste like soap. And if you didn't know about this, go and Google it. Go Google coriander soap, and you'll see how, I think coriander tastes, I don't like coriander, it tastes like soap. And it's not my fault because my DNA makes me taste like soap when I bite coriander. No one, like, do you realize how dumb that sounds? Why wouldn't there be a gene that does that for anything else? It's just a coriander soap gene? And how did that get passed on from generation to generation? Listen, coriander is so good, man. I'm a mad coriander defender. I'm a big fan of the coriander. Especially because it goes into like fucking Mexican. Like, coriander is so amazing, man. Right? I wonder if the people that hate coriander also don't like tabbouleh. Because tabbouleh is the best. I love tabbouleh. You know? I think some people just don't like their greens, and that's fair enough. I don't like seafood, but I love greens, man. I love cabbage, I love broccoli, I love Brussels fucking sprouts, man. I don't give a shit. Give me green food. Beans, coriander, parsley, whatever, man. I'm eating it, bruh. Cabbage, okay? There's a lot of dumbass bitches out there that like think that they got a gene in their fucking DNA that makes a plant taste like soap. No, you're just not used to it, man. You never put in the work. You haven't put in the fucking effort, man. You think setting up a primitive technology channel is hard, man. But then think about the effort you need to put in to really expand your palate, and you haven't done that, right? Yeah. So in short, stop blaming your shitty tasting food and your shitty ass fucking palate on your fucking the badass taste buds on your tongue, which suck, stop blaming it on your DNA, man. Imagine that. Like, how did that get filtered through the fucking natural selection process? Is that what it's called? Natural selection? How did that, or whatever, like, you know, wasn't that what it's called? Natural selection, yeah. That's how it's survival of the fittest. Apparently the fucking soap, the coriander soap gene was so fit that it survived until today. Get real. I'm going to tell people, like, see, do you think anyone's going to believe me if I said, oh yeah, I got a gene in my fucking body. I got a gene and it makes me not like all seafood. Duh. Like, it's dumb. It's dumb. No one believes you. And if you think that you've got a gene that makes things taste like soap, then you're retarded. All right then, guys, that's about it for this episode of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. Episode 33, by the way. That's what we're up to. That's what this one is. And now it's done and dusted, people. Yeah. Felt like this episode was a little bit more on the ranty side of things, a little less absurd and a little less fucking, I don't even know what I do. I don't even know what this podcast is anymore. I don't know. It's just a thing that I do, and I hope that you guys appreciate it, or not even I don't care if you appreciate it or not. I just hope you enjoy it. I hope you get some joy out of it. Sometimes I be ranting and raving. Sometimes my brain's on fire and I just come up with the most insane, abstract, absurd fucking nonsense possible. And other times it's like just, I don't know, it's just rudimentary. I don't know. I don't know what the podcast is, but it's here, it's queer, and it's filling people with fear. You know what I'm saying, people? So yeah, thanks again for joining me for this episode. If you're listening on YouTube, you know what to do, tube. Go down and hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment saying, hey, Milo, and I'll respond. Or saying, bing bong. Or tell me your favorite part of the podcast. Or I don't care. You can say anything. Just put a comment down there and I'll go give you a thumbs up and a heart or something. Check out all the other episodes on the YouTube channel as well. If you're listening on Spotify, then you're that guy. Like the episode, follow the podcast. I put up a poll with every episode so you can go and interact with the poll as well, as long as it's within 7 days from the upload date. I've never mentioned this before, but you can contact me. You can contact me. So if you have any messages for me, if you have anything you want me to know, if you have some type of content that you would like to submit for the podcast, if you know me, you can message me on Facebook. You can reach out to me on Instagram, Milo is alive, or just send me a fucking email, mate. Send me an email. It's Milo, M-I-L-O, at Milo, MILOPKL.com. That's Milo at MiloPKL.com. If you've got any feedback for me, anything that you want me to know about, send me an email, okay? And I'll check that shit out. Check this shit out. Shout outs to Big Old Words. All right, people, thanks again. That's episode 33 done and dusted, and I will see you same time, well, maybe not the same time, but the same fucking place in the next episode. Cheers.